please take a moment to increase the brightness on your device for optimal viewing. Hey guys, welcome back to the Sketchy Friendler, where every day I talk to you about something and I draw a picture to go along with it. Today I'm going to tell you about when I learned how to defend myself. Just before I start, just remember to turn your brightness all the way up if you can't see. I do use this blue pencil. Before I start with a regular pencil, and bear with me. Also, if this image is too small for you, if you're using your cell phone, just turn it horizontal so the image fills up your screen. With that, let's get to it. All right. So, when I was about 11, I'm going to say 10 or 11, I, like a lot of kids, saw a movie called The Karate Kid, and it resonated with me. I thought it was pretty cool. I always thought martial arts was cool, but it was a good story. It's about, learning how to empower yourself and take care of yourself, and standing up to bullies. Real briefly, when I was about 8, a few years before then, I had gone to an arcade, and at some point I was by myself, and some teenager, I don't know if he was a teenager or if he was in his early 20s, but he grabbed me by the neck for no reason, and he did a Darth Vader on me. He picked me up by my neck and he threw me on the ground. I don't know what it was about, because I didn't even do anything to him, but and I remember his girlfriend was yelling at him, and he was just laughing, and it's pretty traumatic. But as a little kid, something like that happens, you kind of think what can I do in a situation like that? So flash forward to a few years after I saw this movie, Karate Kid. It was about, same deal. A kid having to deal with bullies and learning how to defend himself. And I think my dad may have seen it. We at my school, there was flyers at the front door, and there was I think something for the rec center. And one of the classes that they were teaching at the rec center was karate. So my dad said, "Hey, does this interest you?" And I was like, "Yeah, totally. Yeah, I want to do karate. It's cool." So we signed up and I started going, and it was a real exciting time for me as a little kid, learning all these cool moves and feeling no matter what, I could defend myself. And, I did it for a number of years. I did it until, I got into middle school, and I was still doing it. And I actually did have to defend myself a few times. Most of the time, what it ended up being was a kid would try to do something or bully me, and I would just do a karate pose, and kids would, "What, you can use karate?" I'm like, "Why don't you find out?" So it was a good bluff, because I was able to do the move, so it looked legitimate, and I did know how to use it. And then one time I actually did have to, like, some guy was like bullying me in class, and he like grabbed me, and I like did some move, and I threw him on the ground. So people kind of left me alone after that. I mean, at least physically. Um, and I don't think that, I don't know. I never really, we didn't do any, the way the class that I was in, we didn't do any, like other like tournaments. We didn't fight other people. It was more about just like doing your practicing your different forms and different moves and stuff. And we'd practice in class, but it was more philosophical, I would say. Like there's two ends in martial arts. There's like the practical end, and then there's kind of the more philosophical, learning to fight so you don't have to fight kind of deal. You know how it goes. Um, I ended up I did it from the time I was probably like 10, 11 till when I was 15 or 16. Um, and I became like the senior student in my class. I didn't get to be a black belt, but I was only doing it like once a week. And I think I got like 3 or 4 levels in. But I was a senior student in my class, so I'd help the teacher, and it was fun. It was cool, and I'd go. It was every Saturday, and one of my other friends from middle school used to. I got him involved, and he started going, so that was cool. But as he got older, I think he got more into like other sports and stuff, and then it kind of got to be a hassle for me. Like we had these big like wooden staffs that we had to carry, and like my mom would bring me, but then my dad was always busy on the weekends, so he couldn't bring me. So, and he lived farther away, so I stopped going. I feel kind of bad about that. I suppose if I really really wanted to, I probably could have somehow like taken the bus or something. Um, because he said my dad would say, if you want to go, then you can go. But I lived on top of this big hill, and it was like 2 towns away from where I lived, so it wasn't really reasonable for me, I think, at the time, and I don't think any parent would suggest that these days. But I think, I mean, but even before that, it did teach me self-discipline, and it was cool because like every summer the class would, like, there was a whole bunch of different classes that didn't necessarily meet all the time, but we would all head up to Sacramento for the state fair, and we would do exhibitions. So we'd learn all these routines and stuff, and we'd do it in front of like hundreds of people at the state fair. So that was fun. Got to kind of show off all the stuff that I had learned. But I didn't pick up martial arts after that until probably like in my early 20s, doing a kind of a hybrid mixed martial arts kind of thing. And I did that for a little while, but I haven't done it in so long. So I don't know if it would be, I don't know if I'd hurt myself, pull something at this point trying to do it. I don't know. I liked it. I had fun. And it gave me a routine, something I could look forward to, and taught me self confidence, self discipline, focus, stuff that I have issues with now. But I think helped me back then. And it was cool because I got to be like the teacher's assistant, so that was fun. I don't know. Have you guys done anything like that? Maybe not martial arts or some kind of class. Maybe you were in, I don't know, organized sports or gymnastics. Like my wife was in gymnastics for many years. But yeah, it was fun. It's a good memory to look back on, and I suggest it to anybody who, or something you should as a kid, should have some sort of thing you do regularly that you improve at as the years go by. It's important. Helps the self-esteem. But I don't know. I think about it from time to time if it's something that I should get back into. It's funny. Years later, this is kind of an awkward thing. I actually ran into my old teacher. It'd been a number of years. I was working at a store. This is my early 20s. And I don't know if he recognized me or not, because I did have an interaction with him. But I was embarrassed, because I'd quit his class and they didn't give him I never said why. I just quit, So there was that. That was kind of an awkward moment. I wish I had said something to him in hindsight. Apologized. Oh well. Can't do anything about it now. But if you ever get a chance to make things right with somebody, you definitely should. Okay, well, so I do this Monday through Friday, and I would suggest to anybody that is watching and has been watching regularly to actually come to my YouTube and Facebook page and check out what I do every day, because you might not get suggestions. I know a lot of you say, well, I saw this before, no, I don't get any messages. Well, it's because you're just relying on the algorithms to tell you to come to my page or watch my videos, whereas if you came to my pages, you would actually tell the algorithm that you're still interested, so it just feeds it, and then you'll still get the notifications. Other than that, on Saturdays I put up a poll. We put up a poll so you can decide which of the drawings of the week that you like and you want me to finish color and ink up on Sunday. And if you haven't checked it out on my TikTok, I would do different videos over there. They're shorter, and put some little music behind it, and it's like a time lapse of me drawing all the way up through inking. So check it out if you haven't. It's pretty fun. I think that should do it for today. I guess I'll talk to you soon. Have fun. Bye.